Hi, I'm Jed Wallace with Cohesity. Today I'll show you how Cohesity Identity Resilience, powered by Semperis, helps you bounce back from AD attacks faster with automated recovery, because when AD is under attack, you can't afford slow manual steps. AD is a top target for attackers today. In fact, Cohesity's Cyber Event Response Team, known as CERT, saw AD compromised in over 90% of incidents over the last 9 months, consistent with findings from Mandiant researchers. When Active Directory goes down, everything stops. Logins, apps, services. Without a tested plan, recovery is slow and manual, taking days or weeks. Multiple tools make it inconsistent. There's no clear recovery sequence, and business just stops. And because it takes so long, we can't even test regularly, which means we're never truly ready when an attack happens. For example, during a ransomware incident, such as a CryptoLocker event, the entire force may be compromised. The clock is ticking and everyone's looking at you to get identity restored and the business back online fast. Let me show you, starting with Semperis Active Directory Force Recovery Console, where we could see the health of our AD backups and launch a recovery with just a few clicks. If we click on Backup Status, this is where you could see your backups being completed or failed. And if I head over to ADFR agents, I'll point out that this will show you the status of your installed agents, whether they're up and running or not. And if I click over here on RBAC, role-based access controls, you could see several accounts that have certain roles and access assigned to them. Now let's head over to the Semperis ADFR Recovery Console. Here's where we perform recovery of our AD force during the incident. On the right is the action to recover. Remember, we're doing this restore because an identity attack has locked out critical services. From here, you can choose the recovery type, whether it's forest, DC, or partition. During a ransomware attack, such as ours today, it's likely we'll need to recover the whole forest to get the business back online and fast. We'll leave the default of Start Forest Recovery. Now, we're going to need to select the backup to restore from. Here you would have all your DCs in the forest across the domains, and you could select one or many of them. This list would include all your domain controllers, and you could choose to recover everything at once if you so choose to. In this case of a cyber incident, you might start by just restoring one DC to perform forensics before bringing everything back online. As the administrator, I can import a list of server IPs I want to recover, which saves time compared to the typing them in one by one. I can also download the agent installer and deploy it to any VM or host that have prepped for recovery, making the process faster and more efficient. Prior to the restoration, you'll want to have a clean server spun up for the recovery process with the Semperis ADFR agent installed. We're going to go ahead and enter the IP address to the clean virtual machine to restore. For the restore options, we can select Restore or Repromote. The Restore option puts everything in the original location. Repromote uses the default locations from Windows and then performs the promotion. We're going to go ahead and use the Restore option, and then we're going to go and let's click Continue. And now let's go ahead and click Start Recovery. Here you can see we have the progress panel, which will show us each step during the restore. A log display that'll show you the logs during the process, and you can use the split view to see both at once. As you can see, the domain controller was successfully restored. Since the restore was triggered by an attack, as the AD administrator, I need to be certain we're bringing back a healthy, uncompromised domain controller. Let's log into the newly recovered DC and verify that Active Directory is up and running, confirming our directory is ready to safely support users again. So as you can see here, we logged in with a domain account, which is good. Next, let's go ahead and make sure that we can browse users and computers. We can see here our AD schema and objects are indeed available. As an AD admin, this proves you can meet RTO, recover AD in hours, and keep the business resilient against ransomware. As the AD admin, I know restoring Active Directory is only half the job. I need Cohesity to guarantee those clean backups are immutable, scalable, and reliable so the business can fully recover. Here you see Semperis backups automatically copied into a Smart Files view, an immutable repository that ransomware can't touch. In Smart Files View settings, you can see how Semperis backups are stored in a centralized, immutable repository. These settings let you control access, shares, and protection policies, ensuring backups remain secure, compliant, and always available for rapid recovery. Once you recover Active Directory Forest, you can restore your critical systems if they had been impacted. For example, payroll or sales databases, if impacted, can connect immediately to the clean AD, no extra steps, and no manual reconfiguration. So what did this incident uncover for our admin? Semperis and Cohesity together deliver identity resilience for your Active Directory force recovery. The result? Deliver faster recovery, reduce business impact, and greater confidence that enables your organization to withstand and recover from even the most disruptive cyber attacks.